Dre, Steve said he loved your energy tonight and thought you played really well. How would you assess your game? And do you think those early fouls kind of took some of the wind out of the sails for you guys defensively?
I think we didn't start off with a strong defensive presence. I think 5 minutes into the game, they had 20 points. And so that's on me. You know, whether I was out there or not, we were awful defensively. And, you know, we have to set a tone on that side of the floor. And like I said, that starts with me. So I can be better on that end. Obviously, we know we can all be better on that end. And, you know, it'll all come together. I think, you know, when you get the early fouls, it definitely takes away some aggressiveness. A couple chances you may take that can change the flow of a game, can't necessarily take those. And so I have to be better with that, not picking up early fouls so I can have the aggressiveness and set a tone on that end and everyone can follow. So we'll be better, but, you know, second game of the season, so we're still figuring it out.
You know, Draymond, as you and Clay work your way back up to full minutes, what's your kind of take on how that second unit rotation is shaking out right now? Of course, it's early, but what are your early thoughts?
They're figuring it out. You're talking guys who's been, you know, 2 guys in that lineup has been teammates with the rest of the guys for 3 weeks, something of that nature, 4 weeks. So, you know, it takes time for everything to come together. And quite frankly, second game of the season, you're still figuring out rotations, what rotations work great together and which ones don't, in what scenarios, which rotations you can go to. So they had a rough night tonight. Figure it out. You know, they have been great all preseason. And so, you know, not worried about it. You know, as they continue to go, they'll get better and better, be fine.
There was a moment where James fouled Bones Highland, he was kind of trying to go vertical, but failed, I guess. And you were talking to him about it. What kind of point were you trying to make with James on that, like, verticality?
Just telling him a guy his size, lateral movement is irrelevant. You know, so you're trying to slide with these guards. You don't need to slide with them. Move back and forth, up and back. And, you know, you move up and back, it allows him to use his strength, which is his size. But anytime as a big, you're trying to get into sliding with a guard, Bones is shifty as hell. You know, Bones is tough for anybody to guard one-on-one, just with his shiftiness. So just telling them, use your length, but the way you can use that length is going up and back, not side to side. Side to side, then you start turning your body and all of those things because you're trying to keep up because the speed of these guards and the trickiness. And so just some different things that he'll continue to pick up as he go. But overall, I think he's doing an incredible job. He's continuing to grow and get better. He's starting to use his voice more and more. But quite frankly, I think this is 35th NBA game, something like that. So he'll keep getting that experience, and, you know, it's on myself and Loon to make sure we continue to help him and teach him.
Dre, where do you think you guys are defensively, and what do you think the ceiling is from the amount of time you've been able to see what you guys are working with defensively?
Well, I think we know what the ceiling is. You know, we know how great we can be defensively. Where we are right now, I think we're a team in the second game of the season. Still figuring it out on that end. I think as you get in, as everyone get in better shape, you pick it up more on that end. But I think you have to figure out an identity on defense just like you do on offense, and that takes time. Are you going to be a ball pressure team? You know, are you going to be a passing lanes team? What is it that you're going to be? And it takes time to build that identity. So I know what the ceiling is for our defense. Our defense will be great, and I have no doubt in my mind about that. But it takes time to put it all together. So, you know, that's learning to follow a game plan. You know, that's learning personnel, you know, and all of these different things that goes into it. So I don't have a doubt that we will be great on that end of the floor. But just like everything else, it all has to come together.
As a follow-up, you had there was a one play, Jokic posted you up, you blocked him. Next play, he hits that crazy rainbow. Just what is that, like still going against Jokic, still being able to battle against the two-time MVP?
Well, I feel like we just finished battling him yesterday. But in saying that, that's a battle I always love. You know, you as a defender, you want to play against the best. He's obviously won MVP the last couple of years. We all know how incredible of a player that he is. And so when that challenge is thrown at me, I embrace it and I take on. At times, you get the blocks or steal or stop. And a lot of other times he's going to make shots like he did on the second one, and quite frankly, I live with those. He's great for a reason. He's MVP for a reason. You just try to make him take the toughest shot you can make him take and live with it. I think, I don't want to foul there. I haven't really gotten a chance to see the play yet, but I was whistled for a foul. So when the guy is taking a tough shot like that, although we know he's proven over and over, time and time again, that he can make it, still got to live with something. And, that's a tough one. I can't foul on that one. So other than that, thought it was pretty good defense, but, at times better offense is going to be good defense. And that's what happened on that play.
Draymond, Steve seemed encouraged about everybody's fitness level, but you pushing to some more minutes and Clay. I mean, what was your sense on just where you both are and gaining strength each game and pushing a few more minutes?
Well, I think I'm in pretty good shape. But I've built a trust in our performance staff led by Rick. And that's what he recommended, so as frustrating as it can be at times, I came back last year 9 weeks from what could have been a season-ending injury, and he got me back in 9 weeks. So as frustrating as it can be, I'm not going to stop trusting him now. He's proven time and time again that he is a trustworthy guy, that he is a very knowledgeable guy, and that the performance staff, they know what they're doing. And so I think I'm in pretty good shape, all things considered, where we are in the season. But like I said, that's not something that I'm going to fight. Rick is top of the top at what he does. So to sit there and question him or, try to bump my own minutes up to what I think I can play, they'll be up soon enough. So just stick with the game plan they lay out and, it'll get there pretty quick.
Draymond, what did you kind of see? There was like that crazy play sequence toward the end where Jordan Poole lays it in. You guys are within one, and then Jokic passes it nearly full court for the dunk. Were you guys just kind of caught sleeping there, or kind of what did you see, or what would you have liked to have seen differently with that?
Well, I think on that particular play, we have to make sure that we identify who's going to be back. Obviously, normally it's the 5-man back, but I was at the 5 and I was trapping, and so that's a very unfamiliar position for our guards. Guards don't protect the basket. That's not their role. And so that's something that I could have communicated. I should have communicated that, we got to make sure that we have a man back, and that's something that we can learn from. But overall, I thought, we were able to work on some pretty important things. When you're trying to get a trap and a steal before you foul, we were successful with that. Me and Wiggs came up with a great trap. Jordan came up with a great steal and finish. The second part is just things that we'll figure out. If you got a guy back and we have 4 guards in, we got to make sure, somebody has to identify, all right, nobody's protecting the rim and we got to get back. But that's on nobody in particular, just something that we'll identify and make sure that we improve.
Draymond, sorry if you've already been asked this, but given the drama at practice in the preseason, how have you bounced back personally and as a team?
We're a very resilient team. We're going to continue to move forward, continue to get better. this team has had one goal for the last 8-9 years, and that goal remains the same. There are ups and downs throughout the season, and you fight to get through those. And the team that gets through those peaks and valleys the best, the team that can try to stay most consistent, that is usually the team that wins a championship. And that's what we're trying to be. But that's never going to be built in a day. So we'll continue to work, continue to get better and improve on the things that we know we need to improve upon to be a great team, but we got the blueprint. We know what it takes to win and be a successful team in this league. And, but it takes time to put that together, and you can't skip steps. It is a day-by-day process. Regardless of what happens, you have to improve day by day. And I have no doubt in my mind that we will continue to improve day by day, and our focus is on winning the championship, as it has been, like I said, for the last 8-9 years, with the exception of maybe a year or two, but for obvious reasons.
Thank you. Appreciate that. More in here shortly.